What would you choose? A momentary happiness or a long lasting joy? Please subscribe to my. See you next time in attaining a peaceful life. See ya.
Hi, Nitin. Oh my God, it's so nice to see you again.
Before we start, my channel, WisdomWise, is an initiative to explore wisdom, the daily wisdom of life, through practice of consciousness in order to attain a peaceful life. I started this project long time back, all over the world. I met people almost more than 150 countries. I'll be having different playlists in my YouTube channel, WisdomWise. So one playlist is for interviews plus episodes. Hi guys, hope everything is going well. Like I said, we're going to talk about the next person, some interesting things, similar topics to discover, and a few more topics. So today we have Diane with us. Diane is one of my oldest friend. We're meeting after 9 years. It's been almost like
Exactly 9 years.
almost 9 years. So I know you. It's the same thing, but people don't know you. So please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Diane Nachi. My other name is Chizoba. I am originally Nigerian. I live in the United States right now, so I'm just here in the UK visiting my friend Nitin, and it's so nice to have this meeting and talk with him to share some stories.
Thank you very much. See, it's so nice. People traveling so much afar, from so much afar everywhere, but still, when you have heartly connections with someone, you agree with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about being friends for a long time. So people always visit. I'm sure you might be having similar people in your life also, maybe some relatives or friends. All right, so not to, because she need to fly back and she need to visit few more people. So we're not gonna take much time. So quickly we will be continue on topic.
Okay.
All right. So Diane, I remember it was long time back, right? And when you lived here, so many things you might have been gone through. You were studying there that time.
Yes, I was. My first master's degree.
Okay. And what was in master degree? I almost forgot. Sorry.
It was a master's in food safety and quality management.
Yes, now I remember. Once you were having, I think once I printed that paper for you. I remember that. And after that, so what made you to move to United Kingdom that time?
Well, so at the time I had finished my BSc in food science and technology. I wanted to explore just outside my country. So I took a trip in 2011 with my mom and two of my sisters. We came here to the UK in London. We did go to a lot of places. It was so much fun, you know. We went to so many places, Madame Tussauds, lots of places. And I really enjoyed it. The people were very warm, very nice. The weather was good. At the time it was in the summer. And that was my first experience to see a different way of life from what I was used to. So I wanted to explore more because I generally love to explore and learn about other people's culture and stuff. So I thought, okay, it would be a nice idea to come here and pursue my master's degree. Prior to then, I was thinking of doing my master's, but in my country. You know, not until after that trip I decided, okay, maybe I should try something here and see. And so I started the application, very tedious process at the time. And I got my admission, got my visa. I studied at the Greenwich University of Greenwich, Medway campus. And that's how I came to London. And I met you.
All right. Thanks. And thanks for sharing all that so quickly and beautifully, not taking too much time. We can all mutually agree on this, that she know how to talk. Otherwise, people could take an hour to explain the same thing. But you did it quite quickly. Very impressive. And so, what went change or wrong or right? We're not discussing about right or wrong, but situation change. People have their own criteria of making decisions. So why you left then from here and then you moved to California,
to the US,
United
yes.
States?
So my mom and my siblings, some of them live in California. So while I was studying here, or live in New York rather, I have siblings that live in California too. I have a lot of family in the US. So while I was studying here, I went to visit for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is usually in November. So I went, that was my first trip to the US. I liked it, it was okay. Then I came back and then I went back again after my studies for my mother's birthday. And then I met my then husband, that's my first husband. And then we started talking. I had met him casually during the first visit, but we weren't really like that close. So I saw him again during my mother's birthday stuff in New York, and then we started talking, and then we got together. We dated for a very short while. We loved each other. We got married,
Right.
and that's how I stayed in the US. So I wasn't planning to stay, but it just happened, and it was wonderful, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah. So after that, finally, you just decided to stay there.
Yes.
And so what's happening in your life now? What's the relationship-wise, or if you would like to share?
Yes, so relationship-wise, I'm still married to a different person at this time. I'm still married. I have a stepson who I really love so much. He's 15 years old.
15 years?
Yes. He's a wonderful boy.
He's not handy to handle because teenager.
No, he's such a wonderful young man. He's so respectful, so warm, so such a good boy to raise. He's a good boy. So I think relationship wise, like in life you ask for something or you want something, and then you get 90%, 80%. You never get 100%.
True.
But I got a whole very large percentage of what I want in life in terms of relationship. I'm very satisfied with my marriage at this time.
Very good.
Okay.
See, so beautifully she said. What she meant to believe in the positive side of everything which is happening. If Diane wanted, if you wanted, you could say that percentage was wrong. But instead of saying that sentence, you said the major thing were right.
Yes.
Major percentage.
Yes, you never in life. I always try to tell people that I know. I look at my cup half full. You have two options. You can look at it half full or half empty.
Correct.
I'm a registered nurse. So many times I find myself, even though I am not a counselor, but I find myself in a position where I have to talk to my patients because some of them are sick, they're depressed, they're crying when you get in their room, they need someone to talk to. Some people are in the hospital for days, weeks, months. Not one person has come to visit. And they need you to talk to them. You're not just there to pass medication. You're there to help them mentally, emotionally. So, being in that field as a nurse has really helped my life personally. It's helped me see life from a whole different perspective. So, as much as possible, I try to look at my cup half full. Because I believe, like you said, it's better to look at things, see what you have, and then what you don't have will come.
Correct. Yeah.
You know? It doesn't mean it does not mean you're not acknowledging the fact that there's something you're lacking, but you're simply choosing to focus more on what you have.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
And then what you're lacking may or may not fall in place at the time, but in the moment be content.
That's true. I think beautifully Diane explained about it. And as I remember, it's been a long time now, but I remember you used to be very emotional also, a long time back. I remember that birthday. So I don't know if you want to share. I don't remember it for the birthday. That cake or something.
Oh my God. I do remember that. Okay, I can talk about it. So this was my birthday that was September 2014.
2014.
Yes. I'm a Virgo. I'm very big on horoscopes. So I'm Virgo. We are kind of emotional. We tend to pretend like we're not, but deep down we are. We kind of hide it. Yeah.
Yes.
So very tough year for me. Going to school, having to work, trying to pay my bills and all that stuff, and then I come home on this day that is. I usually don't like to work on my birthdays. My birthdays are special for me. But of course, I was trying to get money, so I had to work on this particular birthday. And then I come home, and I don't have no family in London, just my wonderful friend here and a few other friends that I've met. But I wasn't expecting nothing from nowhere because there's no family. But then I come home, and then my friends, thank you again, Nitin, made me this very little but very wonderful cake that just blew my heart away.
It was tiny.
That just made me. I like to be very appreciative of whatever I get, no matter how small. So for me, it wasn't the size; it was the gesture.
That's what my point was, because that's why I wanted to bring this point, because I wanted to make some point about emotions and gratitude and things. It was the first time I did like this for someone, but how Diane responded and the emotions you could see, literally you were crying. I still remember, and it was beautiful to see someone showing you so much of gratitude and respect for such a small gesture. From my side, it was just a tiny cake and saying happy birthday, but but the memories do come back. And thank you very much for those beautiful memories, because I still remember those. And with every memory we can learn. Once we go back, like I discussed last time, we can learn something out of it. So my point was to picking up this memory was on the emotions. Mm-hmm. So now I want to know your viewpoint from your personal perspective. Is it wrong or right to be emotional? Okay, not emotional. Is it wrong or right to be too much emotional? What do you think about it?
I honestly don't think there's a wrong or right to it. Your emotion tells a lot about your person. It's who you are. You know, there are people that, like I said, can be emotional on the inside, but they don't show it on the outside. And there are people that just a little bit of stuff can happen and they are all over the place.
Exactly, yeah.
It doesn't make them weak. It doesn't make the other set of people stronger.
Yeah.
It's just a show of who you are. It goes to show a lot about the diversity in the human nature.
True.
And I love diversity in human beings. I love it. I've seen so much diversity at my job. It has helped me appreciate the different characteristics you can find in humans. So no, there's no wrong or right when it comes to expressing yourself. Just be yourself.
True.
I always believe in being yourself. In my culture, a lot of people tend to say, oh, you're a guy or you're a man, why are you crying? No, if you have to cry, cry.
Of course, yeah, not forcefully stopping it.
But I've had situations where I have my friends, my patients, family members, something happened, you know, and then they just cry. And I always tell them, listen, it's okay to cry. If you need to cry, go in, cry all you need to cry. It'll help you feel better. And then you wipe your face and you come out and you move on.
True. So you do agree and believe in this, that if it comes to men, so if men cry, it's all right. Men can cry also, right?
It's okay.
So it's nothing bad in it.
It's okay.
It's not like this man has to be tough. Oh no, I cannot cry because it's gonna spoil my image or anything. These are just emotions.
No. Those are some of the beliefs that we need to get rid of in this century. I really think, because what it's done.
Man-woman thing, right?
Yes, what it's done is it has made a lot of men internalize their anger and internalize their pain. When you internalize anger and pain, it also affects your health psychologically, mentally, and especially physically. Yeah. People don't realize a lot of people are sick because of what they stored inside them emotionally. it breaks you down after a while.
Because you
need to
keep
let it
everything
go.
in your head.
Yes. Let it go and be okay with it. Nobody's perfect.
True.
You gotta learn to live for yourself every day. I always try my best not to, as much as you have to respect people's opinions and you have to respect people's beliefs, but at the same time you have to find the balance and find that middle ground where you're trying to respect other people's space, opinion, and belief, but at the same time, you're not working against your own self.
Yeah.
You have to find a balance.
Okay.
You know.
Very nice. Yes. Now, you do agree that when we talk about happiness and peace, they are a little bit different thing. A person can be happy but still unpeaceful. So peace is entirely different thing. So when we talk about your personal life, do you have any peaceful activity which you always go for whenever you feel unpeaceful, or any peaceful zone, or any place, something?
My peaceful zone is so bad.
What do you mean by peaceful zone is bad? Tell me.
My peaceful zone is shopping.
Not that much.
Shop.
Imagine if the industries who make money out of these things, if they find out, they're gonna check your IP address, start advertising everything to make her unpeaceful, so that she can go out and buy stuff.
Yeah, I like to spend time with family. I like to spend time with myself. I like to make out time for myself. I like my space.
Okay. So
but when I find that I am stressed out a lot, maybe I've worked so long or so hard at a time, or if I've had a very stressful set of shifts or something, one thing that helps me feel better or calm down is going to a store. I may or may not buy anything.
It's just,
but I like to go to a store.
Kind of window shopping.
I like to window shop.
Yes. Yeah.
I might buy one item. You know, I avoid the high-end shops because I don't want to finish my money on buying stuff. But it just gives me pleasure to know that I can hand out. Sometimes I buy, sometimes I don't. So that's where I find my peace most times.
And what about the traveling? Recently you were traveling few countries.
Mm-hmm.
So which countries?
In the past I went to France. I did Ghana one time. Recently I have done Holland, Amsterdam, Holland. I did Spain. I did Lisbon, Portugal.
Spain, you did Barcelona, Malaga?
I did Malaga,
Marbella also.
In the same coast. God, that was my best.
Marbella is
so beautiful.
Quite expensive though.
So yeah, it is expensive, but it was worth it for me. It was very good. And then I did Lisbon, Portugal, which was also awesome. And then just within the UK, I've done a few places. London is home to me. Manchester, Wolverhampton, just a bunch of other places.
Lots of places, yeah.
Yeah, I love to travel. If I had money, I'll travel every month. I love traveling.
Very nice if you can say that. And in general, most of the people, they like it, but it's only few people you find they don't like to travel. But otherwise, I think it's a good habit to travel. Mm-hmm. When you travel, so one thing is sightseeing, one thing is meeting people, mm-hmm. one thing is food. So among all these three, which one attracts you more? Food. I knew foodie. We are foodie also.
I'm big on food. Okay. Meat especially.
Yes, I remember.
But yeah, I love food. I love meeting people too. I love to just meet people, talk, and kind of get their perspective.
Discuss things with them.
Yes, but I especially love to try like food from different cultures and get a taste of it. Yeah.
Now we're gonna ask some questions and very short answers, mm-hmm. if you can give. General questions, which I generally ask everyone to know the perspective of them. For example, we will start the basic ones. So basic ones are, everyone gets angry, right? So
what's that which makes you most angry in general? It has to be something. For example, some people are angry on particular behavior, some people are angry on politics, some people are angry on different things.
You want one thing?
Well, you can say several things also, it's alright.
I don't like to talk about politics because it never goes anywhere.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
I don't bother. And then, secondly, I get angry when I feel like I'm being accused of something I didn't do. That just takes me from 0 to 100.
Right, like someone is trying to blame you for something.
Something that I didn't do.
Yes, it's okay. So that's creates
Because for
frustration.
me, that's an attack
That's it.
on
That's
my
an attack.
personality.
Yeah, and it's not even true. So
And it's
that
not even
bothers.
true. If it's true, that's okay. You know, but if it's not, it just takes me to heaven and back.
What about the greed? Everyone gets greedy once in a while, so it's nothing bad. So, in what things generally when greed appears to you, is it related to yourself or monetary or your job career kind of greed? What makes you greedy in general, time to time?
I don't.
Your personal accomplishments?
Yeah, well, no. I don't think. I'm very competitive, but not greedy.
Okay.
I don't pay too much attention to money. I want to make money. I love to have my own money. I don't like to ask.
Yeah.
I like to have mine. But it doesn't take me out of my elements.
Okay.
I don't think. I'm pretty simple.
Okay. You know, the everyone is proud of something. So general pride in life. So what you are most proud of in your life? It can be anything. It can be.
I am most proud of the woman I have become and I am becoming.
No, that's beautiful. That's
For real.
beautiful.
That's the most thing I'm proud of. I've been through a lot. Maybe not as much as some other people. Maybe not, but
Not comparative.
for the things I've been through, I am so proud of where I am.
Okay, see, that's the best answer. Because, yeah, that's true. I'm not just saying it because I know your best answer, because self-development is the best thing when you compare yourself of your own. And then you can find out what I was in past, what I did, where I reached now.
Where am I? Yes.
So what are my accomplishments? I was this kind of person. Am I now a better person or not? So slowly removing your bad things also in your life. So if you think as compared to past, now you are a better person. I think it's the greatest achievement.
Yes.
Yeah, and like you said, there's no point comparing with others. So I also agree with you. All right. So what about the attachment? Do you have attachment issues? Everyone do have attachment issues. So here we're not talking about attachment. We are talking about attachment issues.
The things I'm attached to,
Yeah.
I'll say my shoes. Kind of obsessed with shoes. I had points in my life where I had just one set of shoes.
Right.
So now that I can afford my shoes.
How many do you have now?
It'll be over 100.
I was expecting 20
Yeah.
or 30 pair.
No.
Oh my god.
I have a lot of
100.
shoes. And I give out shoes a lot. So, but I buy shoes a lot too. So.
Okay, so what about not the materialistic, non-materialistic side? Relationship or any other thing
That I'm
which you are
attached to?
attached to?
I'll say my family,
Family.
my husband, my kid
It's normal.
specifically. I'm very obsessed with them, making sure they get the best. So.
Okay. What about the jealousy? What you're most jealous of?
I'm not
I guess I can guess. If someone else is wearing the shoes which you don't have.
No.
No, then
No. That's why, if you remember, I said earlier,
Yeah.
I like to have my own stuff.
Okay.
So I don't ever get to the point where I'm simple. I love my shoes. If I have money, I go in and see a pair of shoes I like, I'll buy it. but I don't go about seeing my friends and saying, "Oh my God, you have that shoe. Where did you buy it? Give me the address." Blah blah blah. No. I'm very content. I'm my kind of person. I like simple stuff. I like my chicken. I don't like a chicken. What's it called? Burger.
Yeah.
No. Give me chicken.
Only chicken.
So I'm simple.
What about fears? Everyone have some kind of fear in their life. So what are your fears in your life? It could be any kind of fear, doesn't matter.
My biggest fear in life right now, even though I'm trying, I try hard a lot not to let it overcome me, is that sometime last year I had in quote pre-cancerous situation. I never mentioned that to you.
You mean you?
Yes, me. Not completely diagnosed, but
I'm sorry. This is like
I know.
And now you're telling me on the interview. No, I'm serious. I mean,
No, for real, yeah.
No,
so
right.
I'm good, I think. I had a pre-cancerous situation that I had to take care of. And in that moment, I realized that's really what pushed me more this year to say, okay, I want to start traveling more, doing more stuff, living more, you know. So my biggest fear, I would say, I try not to consider it as a fear because I don't want it to overtake me, is me not being there. What if something happens? What if it gets worse? What if right now I'm fine, but
what kind of
you know,
it was found?
It was a myeloma. It was a pre-myeloma. So some of my levels, my kappa and lambda levels, were elevated.
So what's gonna happen now? So it's some kind
we're just monitoring for now.
Monitoring. So it's not like it's like pre kind of thing. It's not declared.
It's not declared. It's like pre-diabetes.
Yes.
It's not diabetic, but you're
it
on the
may
spectrum.
convert into that.
Yes,
but otherwise
if you don't take care of it.
But you are taking care of it now.
I'm trying. Yeah, I work with the oncologist and do my checkups from time to time. So try to eat better, stay away from sugars, eat a lot of sauce.
Well, it came like a shock. I almost forgot what to ask you now. Questions. I forgot my own questions.
A lot of people don't know. My mother doesn't know. A lot of people don't know.
Your mom don't know about it.
She doesn't need to know. No, I don't want to bother nobody.
Because you don't want her to feel sad or upset about it.
Yeah, I'm good.
See, that's also another very interesting part, because many of us, when even have small problem, we just say, oh, I got this, I got that. We try to make other people trouble also, even though they can't do anything about it in our life. And I used to say this to many people, that if they can't do anything in your life to solve that thing, you don't have to tell them. You are making them troubled also. But to your own mom, I think it's very strong woman can do it. And it's amazing you didn't tell your mom if it's you think right cause and purpose. So I think it's very much appreciated.
I don't want to bother my mother with my own situation again.
True. I think we are going towards very sad part conversation. I don't want to continue all that. Come back.
It's okay. I mean, that's just life. You know, when you see people laughing, smiling, you don't really know what people are going through. It goes back to what I tell some people, like, don't be mean to somebody, especially on social media these days.
Because we don't know.
You don't know
what they're going through.
You know, some people see you, oh, you've gotten so big. I've battled with my weight for a while now. But I didn't know, I just found out last year I have PCOS. It's polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Okay.
It's something about your ovaries that makes it very difficult for you to lose weight. So
that's why the weight is...
Yes. So you can lose the weight, but it's very hard.
Difficult.
Because it's your hormones, it messes with your hormones. It makes it difficult to get pregnant too.
But yours seems to be taking all these things all right. I mean, until you tell, no one can judge. You are going through all those things.
Again, my cup has to be half full.
True.
Yeah. It has to be half full, because what do you get from being sad? You get wrinkles. You get blood pressure.
That's true.
You get a heart attack. You don't get nothing positive from being sad. So keep it half full.
see the positive side. It
Mhm.
would say always, yeah. Oh, very heavy talk.
When you
with
smile
the-
and you're happy, you release serotonins.
Yes, serotonin levels go up.
They help. Wrinkles don't help.
So is that the reason you're always laughing then? Very interesting. So what's your plan to visit United Kingdom back when
I don't know. I might plan a trip with my husband next year.
next year?
Yes. I would love to plan a trip with
We
my
get
husband
to see him
next
also
year.
next year.
Amen. I hope so.
Yes,
I'm
unless
looking forward.
maybe I'll visit first there, so that
That
I
will
come
work
to see
too.
you. Very interesting to see somebody is going through so much of troubles medically, also in personal life, is still to hold positive attitude. It gives great strength to do all these things, and the right attitude to focus upon great strength also.
Yes.
Yes,
I'd like to also say, I think being in healthcare has really helped me a lot. I'm a bedside nurse. I've seen patients who have tons of medical issues. Like, I've seen patients literally dying, but they're still smiling. And they're talking to you, and they're laughing, and they're happy. I mean, they seem happy.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them like, where do you draw your strength from? Seeing that strengthens me. Because I'm standing, I'm walking, my legs are intact. I don't have anything physically going wrong with me, but this person seems to be losing it all and they can still smile. What is my excuse? Nothing. So I love that. That being a nurse is awesome. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
So indirectly we can understand this thing, that the courage you got because you are you have seen similar kind of people in similar situations. So that's why you saw them, then you find out your own courage looking at them also.
Yes.
Very nice also. That's the point of that's exactly the point of this interview also, which I always say to people. Yeah, that's the point. I always mention, sometimes people might be thinking I repeat this again and again, but the point is, because maybe some of the viewers who are watching this, they're watching this first time, so I have to say this again. So the one who already saw it, listen to it again. Please. So how is it that when two people talk, our conversation, 100% there is someone third one who can relate to it. We talk so many stuff. There are billions of people. I don't know how many are watching. So someone maybe already been in this similar situation. So then now they can get indirect courage from you, seeing you. Or maybe in future, one of them gonna find out in similar situation. Then they're gonna remember back that okay, I saw Diane's conversation with Nitin.
Yes.
That's right. So that's why listening to other people, sharing experiences is quite important. It's very important.
It is.
And that's what I'm doing. It's one of the main purpose of these interviews.
Thank
so
you.
that
Thank you
yes,
for
we
doing
explore.
it. It's awesome.
Yes, and someone can always get benefit. Very, very interesting. Very nice things. And I won't take much of your more time because I think we need to go. But still quickly, I'm gonna ask you a few more things. Any example you can give where you were very much stressed, you were very much upset, and then everything was going wrong, but then you got courage and you sorted out your own thing. So what was that courage and what gave you that courage? Can be literally any example, your career, your personal life.
I think, I'll go with my career very shortly. I'll just explain.
Yeah.
Sometime this year, early this year, last year I moved to Texas briefly, started working there. It wasn't going well. I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't happy. It just seemed like everything was going wrong. My husband is not with me in the US at this time. So one day I went to work and I was just trying to do my job and I just burst out crying. And one of my co-workers tried to, get me back in shape. So at that time, that was like my lowest moment. And when that happened, I knew I had to leave that place where I was because I didn't want to be in Texas. I was trying to see if I could for certain reasons, but I couldn't. It wasn't working. So I picked myself up and went back into travel. I'm a travel nurse. And we started traveling again. We went back to Missouri, where I used to live before I moved to Kansas and started traveling there. And just like this, it just feels like I was born and fresh, just by moving back to somewhere that gave me a little bit more stability, happiness, work-wise, the people around me.
Thank you for sharing that that you found. As I understood the process, that you were in problem, there was a situation, you analyzed it, and after all the analysis, you found out that what should be done about it, and then you found courage behind it.
That's right.
Then you had courage, you had a plan, then you needed action, then you took action, and that's how you sorted out. You came out of that situation. So in general, that should be the path, but most of us, we forget to take action. We follow all path, but at the time when it's time to take action, we are done, we don't take it. So that's the correct process which took you out.
Thank you.
All right, again, because I know you have to leave so quickly, I think everything is covered which I wanted, although there is no end for this conversation. I can go on whole day. Is there anything else you would like to ask from me? Anything you want, you can ask.
I have a question. I do. I've known you for about 10 years. And in those 10 years, I have not for one time seen you angry. Every time I think of Nitin, I see a smiling face.
Thank you.
And that fascinates me. So my question is, what keeps you going?
Thank you very much. It's a beautiful question. I wasn't expecting it. I need to think back in my memories. What was that? 9-10 years, right? Yes, I think that was the time when I started meeting lots of people because I was hosting. So
yes,
I
absolutely.
technically hosted almost all world countries, the countries which you can visit, more than 150 countries. So that time was my starting phase for taking knowledge unconsciously, because not mean unconsciously like fainted, like not consciously. I didn't know why I was doing it. But later on, when I became conscious about it, I started knowing more things. So what happened, answer to your question, that in past before 10 years,
Okay.
like when you skip this 10 years, and before that, there were several times in my life, many situations where I faced bad things, worse situations, only because of anger. And because of patience also, because I used to be a guy with zero patience. You said something, I'm done. You looked at me like this, I'm done. So you didn't agree with me, I'm done, like this. So I had to go through very bad situations. But after starting practicing of all these things, when I understood the correct path of anger, so how the path is, when you didn't get what you wanted, or you didn't get agree which you wanted another person to agree with you. So any denial or anything, you immediately feel sadness because you wanted to be correct. You wanted other person to agree with you, to understand you. That creates anger straight away. And when you get angry, it affects your intellect.
It does.
The thinking power. So you can't take wise decisions. So your thought process go distorted.
Correct.
When thought process distorted, you're going to end up taking wrong decision. Again, you're going to end up having in worse situation, which will make you more sad and then more angry. So it's a loop, it's a circle.
It's a loop, it is.
So when I understood this circle, I started working upon it, that there is no point of getting angry, because imagine the moment I feel sad because something didn't go as planned. So I know the next stage, that now I'm going to be angry, right? So now I understood it. So it's not like this. My focus is there. So the moment I got sad, I know, all right, next phase, I'm going to be angry. So I'm conscious about it. That's what the practicing of being conscious about everything, about your thoughts, body and mind and everything. So then I understood that now I'm conscious. So I don't have to let it go. The same circle with sadness, anger, wrong approach.
Keep happening.
Yes. And again, back in the loop. Which is like, I'm sorry to say, which is like very stupid for me. So I did not want to be that person, that knowing everything, the entire loop. I didn't want to get stuck in that anger loop, which is full of stupidity. So I decided that, all right, I'll work upon it on heart. Every time I have to straight away know when I'm going to get angry, then find path to skip it. There are several paths you can take. Concentration, different kind of concentration, thinking about different things.
skipping situation entirely, mentally, even physically, leaving from there. There are very few times in life you might agree, rarely, once or twice, then when actually you needed to confront anger and to be in the fight. Otherwise, almost all time it was unnecessary. In general, it's like this. So that's why it's good
You
to
have to learn
practice.
to remove yourself.
Yes, that's it's
Wow.
good to remove this
Wow.
and follow the right path. And then once you understand process, things become easier. But there are many other factors: good sleep, good food, other habits, good thoughts process, other kind of thought process. So multiple things constitute help us in controlling these things.
That's
So
right.
first I started with anger, then I started working upon different kind of the rule of 4 desires, jealousy, attachment, pride, all these things. But I'm not saying that I won over all those things. No human can win over these things, but we can practice to diminish them.
You have to keep trying.
Yes, we can practice to understand and diminish. So nothing will go that, oh, I didn't know I got angry. No. You should know you're gonna get angry. Once you know it, you can control it. And that's how I did it also.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you. That was very deep and insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will say, not because you were not understanding, because there might be some people who are not in the same situation, so it's difficult to understand what I was explaining. That's why I gave detailed answer, not because you're not understanding.
It's okay.
And like I will say again, this point again, thank you very much for your time and so beautiful discussion
Thank
we
you
had.
for having me.
You're welcome. And I always say, not because some of the people who are watching might be watching it first time, so I have to repeat it. What we talk between two people conversation, what we share, there might be 100% third person who may get benefit out of our situation and conversation. Maybe something happened in your life similar, so you're gonna get benefit, or maybe in future something happened which can relate to our conversation. That's also helpful.
True.
And that's the entire purpose for these interviews also. So Diane, thank you very much. It
Thank
was
you.
lovely, and I enjoyed also talking to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome again. Let me know when you're coming back to UK. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
when I visit California, so I'll come to see you.
That would be lovely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Lovely
so
meeting
much.
you. Take care.
Same here. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank you very much for your time and attention. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel WisdomWise, and always stay happy, healthy, wealthy, peaceful and wise. See ya.